It's September 11th, 2011, and you're watching, I think, Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Nah, we don't have to start over. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 299. It is 299 despite the message on the bottom of the screen, which I am changing right now, okay? Bringing you the week in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am Foyleman, and also on the show today we have with us Stryder. How you doing today, Stryder?
Hello, everybody.
We also have with us Welshy. Hello, Welshy. How you doing?
Hello.
And we also have with us Breesy. How you doing, Breesy?
Hello.
Yeah, so before I begin, let me remind you that this show is recorded live, so the screw-ups that we do perform will actually go out into the live recording, in case you are wondering. And for the topics that we discuss, I'm hoping that Welshy will post a relevant URL into the chat window in case you care to follow along. For the other links that get posted, I don't know where they go, and I don't know where you'll end up if you do click on it, so don't.
You end up in hell.
Yeah.
The rest of us.
Finally, for those of you who haven't heard the show before, there may be some explicit language or adult themes. If that offends you, leave now, or we
Fuck
won't.
off.
No, really, we're just being a little crude. We're nice people, really. Anyway,
Mostly.
mostly.
Stryder's not.
I'm nice.
So we have a bunch of stuff to talk about today. Yes, last week, if you missed it, we had our extended show regarding the games and everything that went over on PAX Prime. That was the conference, the gaming conference that happened in Seattle a couple of weeks ago. And this week we're going to pick up more of the regular news that we talk about. And on this day, actually, I want to say that our hearts at MODSonline and MODSonair go out to those who experienced loss or hardship as a result of the attacks on September 11th, 2001, 10 years ago. This is that anniversary, and I remember it well, actually, because here in New Jersey, it's very, very close. I could see some of the disaster that was occurring. I know some of the people that were involved, be it in the disaster or in the rescue missions, and I want you to know that I'm thinking about you, and thank you. Thank you all for those who actually did help in those relief efforts. Thank you for your service. All right. Okay, so there you go. Gaming stuff, gaming news, gaming things to talk about. There are some interesting things to talk about. A couple of things that we're going to bring up from leftover from PAX that will I guess we can talk about that a little later on, and but talk about some of the stuff that was in this week's news. First up, I want to talk about. I want to mention that Windows is doing their normal thing. Hey, look at how fast you can boot your Windows machine. Of course, they just reformatted yesterday, so it's still fast. Give it a few weeks.
Mine goes pretty fast when I reformat it.
And
But
they
I got
haven't.
nothing installed.
Yeah, and they haven't got anything else running. It's like, oh, Windows boots, but then we load all the other Windows services, and it sucks the life out of your PC.
Blue screens.
I seriously think I need to reformat again myself because my machine is running slow, and it shouldn't be.
I tell you what helped mine was doing a defragment, which is like old school.
I go to defrag and it
Windows
says
7?
there's nothing to defrag.
Yeah. It really did help. It speeded mine up again, like a lot.
Mine says there's nothing to defrag.
That's all there is to it.
All right. Anyway, this thing takes
Oh,
what,
really?
20 seconds or something to boot to that Windows Phone looking screen. Windows Phone. What the hell kind of operating system are we getting into?
I
with
don't
Windows 8?
know.
I don't know what's
We're
happening
getting
anymore.
like 8 boxes and a touch
Half-assed
screen.
one.
Jeez. It's crazy. All right, we'll see
It's
what
got fast boot times on your phone. Awesome. That's what I look for.
Yeah. Yes. All right, that'll look great on your Razer Blade laptop for $2,800.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know,
Oh my goodness!
Windows phones are
You're holding
great
the phone.
and
You're holding the
there's
big,
issues.
the big laptop up to your ear. You're like, yeah, hello. Hang on. Yes. Sorry, I had it on the wrong ear.
Speaking of commercials and Windows, I saw one just before the show started. I was watching something on Hulu, and they showed this commercial. It was a
I was
commercial
watching
for
something on Hulu.
It was targeted for children. It said buy. It was for Windows Office 2000 or 2010 or whatever they're calling it. They want you to buy Windows Office for your children.
Oh, my kids are mad for Excel.
Yeah.
Bit of a database in there. They love it.
Mm-hmm.
Sends them straight to sleep.
It's like
That little
100.
paper
It's like
clip comes
100
up.
quid. Oh, that damn paperclip. Looks like you're trying to write a letter. Well, I was, but something keeps getting in the way.
Gotta swap it for the wizard, man. That's where it was at.
The wizard.
Okay, moving on to actual gaming topics. There is a Project Reality mod out there, believe it or not. Another one for ARMA 2 in this case, and I didn't realize that ARMA 2 needed any more realism, but it does.
Oh, you've clearly never played the Ace mod.
Why? What's the Ace mod?
The Ace mod is like, everything that's realistic in that game. Yeah, let's make it even more realistic. To the point of, if you're
Sorry, you
carrying
didn't
too much
tie your
stuff.
shoes.
Yeah, to the point of if you're carrying too much stuff, you pass out from exhaustion. Just a whole host of
If
ridiculousness.
you shoot your gun without earplugs, you go deaf.
Yeah.
That's a personal
wow.
favourite of mine.
Yep, that happens to Breesy a lot.
So wait, put in your earplugs. Why aren't they already in?
Yep.
Do you have to
Because you
take them
gotta
out
take them
again?
out of the
Well,
box, obviously.
You gotta take them out the box. You can't just
I don't
spawn with them.
understand.
That'd be far too easy.
Wow. All right.
This is real life, man. You don't spawn with things in.
Silver spoon in your mouth.
I mean, I actually checked this out just to see what it was like.
Yeah.
Why am
Yeah.
I not surprised?
Yeah, like I said, because we've been playing the Ace mod, and pretty much everything that's in that is in this. So
Right,
it's kind of just like, well, why
Well,
would
she's got the ARMA 2 poster hanging on his wall.
yeah.
Well,
I
this
got
is
it tattooed on my arm.
this is also just a beta, so it doesn't have everything in there yet, right?
Yeah, the other thing is, this is PvP, player versus player only.
Okay.
So there's no co-ops. It's kind of like,
All right. Okay, so there you go. There's a mod out there to make things more realistic. You got to use 2 keyboards actually to play. It says so. Prepare for that.
it's one plugged into the other on the top. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to something else that came up in the news. Is this Operation Guillotine trailer for Battlefield 3, which I think looks absolutely amazing. I wonder whether or not this is gameplay or just pre-rendered stuff being done on the engine or what it is. Have you
I
guys?
wonder if we're going to have any surprises left when the game finally comes out with all the trailers.
Well, I didn't see this kind of realistic gameplay when we played our demos at PAX.
Well, I thought that, but then I thought at the same time that is single player, so you do tend to get a bit more.
Okay.
Detailed, scripted.
Yeah, although I don't know, yeah, because some of it looks like it is, but then there's that one bit with the mortar where a guy drops a mortar around into the mortar, and it looks a bit too good to be true.
Is this the wrong
It's
trailer?
about.
This is the wrong trailer. All right, let's play the right trailer. That's a Project Reality.
It's like, wow, they changed the game a bit.
Yeah, well, they just decided to go in the complete opposite direction.
I will say that the lighting helps a lot to make this thing look more realistic. I should say lack of lighting. These are the sounds from the game. Okay.
Kinda didn't like that it was a bit Call of Duty-ish. And what I mean is it's overwhelmingly everybody's shooting at you from everywhere.
But that's what they're trying to, it's the EA versus Activision.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because if that was like that, I mean, yeah, you get shot. If it was like that in real life, you just wouldn't live more than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's the next hit game. Marketing.
Yeah. Marketing.
You're right.
It's like Risk, but with publicists.
Yeah.
That's
And
Call of Duty Marketing War 3.
I've captured the Xbox market. How'd you do that? I just waved some shiny boxes in front of him. It was easy.
Sparkly.
I mean, we're going after the anti-Xbox market. Big dollar in that market.
You're not allowed to bait them.
And I disagree, Gamer. I don't think it was too short. I think if they start showing any more, there's not going to be anything left to play.
Well, it did say the rest of it continues at some date that I don't remember.
Yeah, after
continues
they get so many Facebook
on the 16th.
At least with this, we don't actually know what we're getting, and with Modern Warfare 3, we know exactly what we'll be getting.
That same game.
The mystery can keep us,
what we're not getting. Apparently, everybody seems to think that we are getting zombies in Modern Warfare. I don't know who's got this this perception that this game comes with a zombie mod.
No, you'll pay for that as an expansion.
No,
they've got their own thing, haven't they? Like special op thing, survival mode.
Yeah, it's
same
zombie
thing.
mode,
right?
Spec Ops. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know where somebody assumed there would be zombies in it.
Right. No, I don't know. Or maybe no one's assuming, and they're just trying to make up some news and saying there's no zombies.
We need to be in the news. Come up with something.
I think this has come from people that don't realize that the Call of Duties were made by different people with
originally
different ideas and yeah.
Modern Warfare 3 will not have tactical nukes. This just in.
Ooh.
Did I just get bounced from?
Now they're random nukes. They just fall out of the sky on random maps. We'll play. Oh, game over. Random nuke.
That's better than tactical nuke, at least.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Well, he also wants to go on to say that there is going to be LAN ability, the ability to play on LAN, which means dedicated servers, right?
Nah, or not. Local host.
Yeah, I was gonna say or not.
Yeah.
Well, dedicated server on your own computer.
That's not what they're saying.
That's not what they're saying.
With no ranking. They're not saying that? No, what are they saying? They're saying you can play on LAN without, and when they say LAN, I assume they mean...
I assume they mean split screen in console, is what I think they mean.
No, we'll give
That's
LAN
clever, no, because they said that about MW2, I think. That you had LAN playing, it turned out just to be split screen.
No. I don't believe it.
There's LAN is, so it probably is that.
There's a very distinct difference between split screen and LAN. They're not the same. They're not even using the LAN.
I don't see them removing the entire back end that they built up, which was that IWNet crap. I don't see them removing that.
Robert Bowling says, and we know he's not lying.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah, that, he doesn't
that we're getting dedicated servers, public server files, and giving control back to the player.
Well, that'd be good, but I don't see them doing it.
Okay.
No.
Because if they do that, then they're going to say, well, we're going to release mod tools. And they actually will, because that's essentially what took the mod tools away. So we'll see. If they do, then it's, maybe a reason to look at the game. But that's
still not going to buy it.
What? You're not going to buy it? It's only
them
$60
realizing, hey, we just fucking shot ourselves in the foot. Or one step further, they probably realized that they actually loaded the gun, stuck the barrel in their mouth, and pulled the trigger, and now they're trying to put the pieces back together
with duct tape.
Exactly, Morphus. Welshy, I don't understand why you wouldn't buy this game. It's only $110 and then $50 every year.
Oh, you don't understand? Now, what possible reason could I have for not wanting to buy this?
It's $160.
Oh yeah, it's my brain.
All right. Sure. All right.
I'll buy it if I get a poster.
Does this one come with a figurine? Because File will be all over there.
Oh, I'll be all over that.
Oh yeah.
You get.
Is there a figurine?
Breesy will buy it, and the poster he'll unfold it, and he'll say, "Wow, sucker."
I'll have a poster too. Yeah. Okay. And then it goes on to there was also some more news about Modern Warfare 3. I don't know if you guys remember that home page that we had that came up. That was what was it? Activision. It's called
ModernWarfare3.com.
ModernWarfare3.com. Okay.
Yep.
And it actually redirected, or not, didn't redirect. It actually opened up to a page that was all about Battlefield 3 is better than this game. Somebody just put it together after they jumped in and bought the name, and Activision didn't buy it. And of course, it went to court, and court says, well, it belongs to Activision, you know, because it's trademarked. So they lost that domain, but it's of no surprise. I mean, they should have known that going into it.
And somebody already bought Modern Warfare 4 now as well. I'm sure I found a link to Modern Warfare 4.
Probably.
Let's Google it.
Picture of a tombstone with the COD on it.
Now, what you have to do is you have
used to be good.
Trademark the name Modern Warfare 4, and then get the domain name, and then now you've got something good for Activision.
Trademark the name Warfare, and then they can't use it. Well, they're using part of our trademark name.
Mm-hmm.
You do realize you've just made like 15 Activision lawyers spit out their gin right now.
Gin. Gin.
We didn't think of that.
So yeah, all right.
I imagine them to be drinking gin. I don't know why.
Maybe MODSonline should create a collection, and we'll just start buying up names and.
Who owns this site? We do. Are you Activision? No. You're ransoming this site to make money from Activision? No. We took this domain for opportunistic giggles.
Yeah. All right. There's also some other stuff going on in the news. We have some Dead Island stuff going on. I'll get to that one later. Dead Island has been released, and after much debate, Welshy finally gave in and purchased it. And I haven't heard whether or not he's playing it. I think
I have
Breesy.
8 minutes of download time to go.
Oh yeah,
we felt like dominoes. We were. It's like I broke and then Breesy straight after.
I am not ready to
I've
break.
only played it for about an hour ish, maybe more. You know, it's. I don't know whether it's just I was expecting it to be awful, so it's actually good. Or it just whether it is actually kind of good. I haven't experienced any like bugs. So.
Just no credit to the game whatsoever. Either I expect it to suck and it surpassed that, or it's actually good. But I don't think
it's like, well, I set the bar. I pretty much put the bar on the floor, so they managed to.
The previews might look good, but did you take a look at the Metascore, Eddie? Eddie's like, oh, no, look at the Metascore. It's like down there. It's like 80, right?
Yeah.
And then all the pro reviewers are like, oh, great game. And then all the users are like, piece of crap. It's crashing. It doesn't work. It's broken. That's what the DLC is going to be. It's going to be they're going to charge you to download the patches.
Because I asked a friend like who'd bought it. It was like, how fixed is this game? Because if it's going to be like crashing on me, and I just can't be dealing with that again. And he's like, no, it's all fixed. So I was like, okay, it is.
It is.
Yeah, it's. I haven't. Granted, I've only been playing it for like an hour, so I don't want to say whether it's good or not yet, because I don't really know.
Did you get the iPhone app
the
that
hour
goes with it?
That I played was fun. Did I get what?
Did you get the iPhone app that goes with it?
I did not. Yeah, I don't have an iPhone.
There's an iPhone. Well, maybe you have an iPod, but you can use it to look around the map and find things that are hidden everywhere and figure out where they are, and that's it.
I have an Android. Do they have Android apps? Not that I would actually bother downloading it.
I guess not. I didn't even
Wales. We don't have iPhones.
I didn't even check to see if they're charging you for the
smoke
app.
Signals. Oh, shit.
So there's white. Hello.
But the idea behind this app is actually to zoom in and scroll through detailed maps of the entire game, to locate all in-game collectibles, to track which collectibles have been found. So as you find them, you check them off on your app, I guess. And then official music from the game will be in the app itself, too. So when you're out on the road...
So it takes away the fun of actually running around and finding
playing the game,
yeah.
I did notice that...
That's the idea of the game.
For you questing holics, you questing junkies. There were a lot of quests to do, like right off the bat. They gave me like 5
That's
things
why
to
I'm
do
buying
straight away.
it. It looks like it'll keep me amused.
And I had fun. It was very Shaun of the Dead. You know, just pick up something and smack a zombie around the head with it, which is actually quite a lot of fun. And it turns out, remember we were asking about the throwing the weapons? If you swung it and missed, would it just go flying off? They've got around it by you have to throw something. You have to hold your right mouse button, and then click the left. But then if you just want to swing the thing, it's just the left.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 separate buttons, which I'm very happy at because I did not want to be trying to hit stuff and throwing shit around the place.
Like I was, yeah. It's very intuitive.
Yeah. So they figured that out, at least that much.
Mm. Well, right after now that you have the game, now you can start modding it, right? Because I know that you're interested in that VAC ban, the ban that'll occur as soon as you start modding the game, which will make all of your Valve Steam, all of your games in Steam, inaccessible. But anyway, yeah, they're looking for people. There's a thread going on in the Steam forums that is asking people to mod Dead Island to include fixes such as field of view blur, bloom mouse frames per second, and more, because basically the users are trying to fix the game that they think is broken. But yeah, note, you could very well lose access to every one of your Steam games. So all those games you bought last Christmas.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, that's great. I can fix it. Well, see, I guess because I haven't played it long enough, I haven't noticed anything that is broken yet. But yeah, it's like, oh, we'll mod the game, but you might, you will get banned for doing it. It's like, it's not worth it. Particularly if you spent like $3,000 on your Steam account, like someone who will remain anonymous.
All of us.
I'm not up that high yet, am I?
I
think I am.
But I'm up to. Let's see.
Okay. Let's also another game. Hard Reset. Hard Reset is a game that we've heard a little bit about, and we've seen some video and whatnot. And apparently, there's a demo out there now that'll allow you to play 20 to 30 minutes of it, which doesn't sound so bad. The idea that you get into the game, check out the weapons and how they play. Here's a little video that goes along with it. Kind of makes me think of Prey as I watch it. And watching the video, I think last week 2 weeks ago we were talking about it, or 3 weeks ago, and we're thinking about how the game just didn't look like it had what we need to want to spend money on it. But now we can actually check it out. Head over to Steam and you can download it, and it's a free demo to find out whether or not it's a decent game. I don't know if it is or not. This thing is supposed to have about 12 to 20 weapon modes. Oh, 12 of the 20, not 12 too. And supposedly has a good amount of replayability because of the wide range of weapons.
I don't see that.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't see that.
And it just contains the first level, which, I understand, 20 minutes. Gamer says bad game. I don't know if it's a bad game. Is it? It doesn't look like a great game, but I haven't played it, so I can't say. All right. And they go on to talk about, somebody asked them some questions.
That is a harsh word.
They went on to talk about some stuff going on with the hard game in some sort of interview, and they're saying that they don't have any quick saves in the game, but they are having checkpoints, and they're doing that as a balance between gameplay and whatnot. But well, that's actually sometimes a good idea. I mean, good idea. They're saying here that quick saves can sometimes ruin a game's difficulty because as you're playing along, you can just keep hitting quick save, which I agree.
It can also screw you over.
Yes, it can, absolutely. So, yeah. So they're not using that. They're using they are using checkpoints instead.
I don't know. It's a console thing. It's like, it annoys me because it assumes the fact that I'm dumb enough to forget to save.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like
I don't
to
know. It's just I guess it's an old PC gamer thing.
play a game that's got checkpoints, and you get there, and there's this Russian guy says your papers are not in order, so you have to go back. Sorry, you can't get to this checkpoint yet.
That was a Medal of Honor game, wasn't it? There was one bit where you had to go through like a German thing, and if you did even like moved slightly, he'd just pull out his gun and shoot you.
I don't know.
Well, this game is also going to be on the PC only. It is not going to be for the console. These people say they want to make PC games, and they're not giving into the console. I guess maybe
Can they
there's
make
more
good
work.
PC games?
Don't know if they're any good, but they believe that the focus is moving away from consoles and more towards mobile devices and games on Facebook, which they definitely don't want to do. So they're doing PC, and the game's only going to cost about $30. It's not going to be like a $60 game.
Yeah, because if you don't have to develop for your console, then it's actually quite
A lot
affordable
cheaper.
to develop the game.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Not just development-wise, but also licensing-wise.
Yeah.
And if you put it out on Steam, you don't have to spend the money on pressing discs or distribution.
I'm wondering, though, they say here that they hate DRM, so they don't want to do DRM. But I can't believe that they're not having any form of copyright protection,
They'll sell it on Steam.
which that is a form of DRM, whether
Yeah.
we know it or
Yeah.
not.
No, it is.
All right. I don't mind it. I just don't like the statements that it's no DRM, and it actually is. Okay.
Well, either that or it'll require connectivity to the server at all times, or else it won't work.
And I think we all agree with Gamer that most games, well, not all games, but most games should be about $30 because we keep talking about that, how all these games are just overpriced for what we're getting out of it. We talk about, is it worth that kind of money, and then we decide whether or not to purchase a game. And some of us purchase it anyway, but
I picked up Rage pre-order as well, but I got it with like a third off, so I was quite lucky at that. It's like 20 quid.
all right, moving on to Steam. Steam has a trading feature, which is now live. Yeah, you can trade your hats with some other player for Team Fortress 2. There really isn't any other reason to have it. No,
No.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous, this trading thing, unless they do something better. And they won't.
Well,
they won't do what we're
and
all
they won't.
hoping.
Give us the ability to trade games, and then I'll be interested.
Yeah, not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid thing. All right, moving on because I'm just getting frustrated with that already. Valve has maybe let slip the idea that they're going to try and release a version of Steam for the Xbox 360 because somebody headed over to their support forum and started to fill out a support form, and in the drop-down category was the option for Xbox support, right above PS3 support.
But
So-
isn't that because the orange box is on the Xbox? Wow, so many boxes in that sentence, that was confusing.
Well, then, would you actually go through the... I guess there's a possibility that you'd go through Steam for that as opposed to some other means of contacting support? I don't know.
Well, no, but if you got the orange box on the... Am I right? Was it on the Xbox?
It is,
It
yes.
was on the Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, so I just wonder if that's where that's come from. If you want to ask a question about that.
What are some good cheats for Half-Life 2?
Use your brain.
I need some good cheats for the Xbox for Counter-Strike so I can go pwn some nukes.
Right, what you want to do is take the cover off, right, and get a magnet, and you just want to rub that around on there.
Yeah.
And then get your lighter, and right, what you'd have to do is heat it up, because, you know, the Xbox likes to be hot, so just go ahead and set that on fire.
Make sure your disk drive is clean, so spray it with Lysol or Pledge.
Just pour sand. You got to get the cigarette out there.
And because your disk drive is a moving thing, it needs to be lubricated. So fill it up with WD-40.
And your discs, you know, they need to be cleaned. So go ahead and put those in the dishwasher. They'll fit nicely into the slot there.
Wrap it with a wet towel. Exactly, Guapo. Don't do any of those things, people. Please.
Yeah, we don't need to get sued for that.
No. Don't do any of those.
MODSonair does not have responsibility for any damages caused by this.
Oh, yeah. All right. I think I'm moving on
No,
to...
it's not. It's still a console.
None of these. I don't know. I don't have
Still
any
the same
for
with
the next one.
Xbox.
It's still the same Xbox. It's just got a sticker on it.
My Xbox acts as my headset rest. Fits perfectly on there. It's beautiful.
Ooh, 2 controllers. Because you can't buy controllers anywhere else.
Yeah, but don't you have to have, at least a friend for that?
You need a friend.
Yeah,
Well, I should specify.
A real-life friend.
No, you missed out the 320 gigabyte.
Your MySpace friends don't count.
Yeah, and your Xbox will melt before you ever get a chance to fill that 320 gig anyways, so...
Yes.
The disc reader will blow up because it can't read Modern Warfare's disc.
Yeah, because it doesn't install, it just reads from the disk like the other one did.
Go with the PC.
So, as you may have noticed, we're not sponsored by Microsoft.
No. But we're open to negotiations if anybody's interested.
Yeah, next week's show, we're all like, Xbox 360 is the greatest, man.
Well, we're in Xbox shirts with the poster. All the Breesy posters have changed to Xbox.
The 720. The 720 is not going to happen. The next Xbox is not even in development yet. They are talking about it. They're talking about parts to go in it, but it's not actually in development. But the next PS3
and it'll be 3 gens behind.
The PS4 will probably come out first, or Microsoft will try and hurry up and put out a machine that actually does catch fire because they rushed so fast to get it out.
Just got to watch out for the asbestos they put inside it.
Yeah,
Yep,
the
keep it
Xbox
cool.
540.
540.
Yeah.
Okay. Rage. There's a new trailer out there for Rage. Talking about co-op, the co-op trailer, and this is part of the Wastelands water service, and here is a gaming co-op. That's all it is. What am I going to tell you about that you don't already know?
Co-op.
Rage looks like a very cool game. You've heard that a couple of us have already pre-ordered it. I actually... Oh, it was given to me, but I'll say, you know what? I pre-ordered it, so to speak.
Who gave it?
Sure, given to you.
Dave,
He never mentions who
my buddy
gave it
Dave
to
G.
him.
My buddy Dave G. You see?
Himself gave it to himself.
Yes.
His alter ego.
This looks like it's going to be a well-done game. It's going to have some difficulty, and I'm talking about it based on the gameplay that I've actually played when we were in PAX. Now they're suddenly showing us split screen. I think they're showing us split screen because they're showing us how 2 people are playing it slightly differently, but also together.
Console co-op.
Yep. This is
Well, I
going
got the
to be...
impression it was console and PC footage because it cuts to the full screen every now and again. I was a little bit confused.
Yeah, it probably is. Maybe it's doing one of those like Lego games where you're playing on the same screen until you actually diverge, and then it suddenly splits.
That
and then
won't
you're all
hurt
confused.
That would be horrible.
I don't know. But there will be some difficulty to the game. It's not going to be one of those walk in the parks.
I'm looking forward
No,
to
it's
it.
a walk in the wasteland. Bazinga.
You're going to have your standard
Zing.
weapons like you're seeing here, your machine guns and whatnot, but you're also going to have some other interesting weapons like spider-like robots, turrets, and stuff like that. Yes, and it does look awesome. Highly recommended you get it. You try and get it on the PC and not on the console.
Yeah, it keeps flickering back and forth from full screen
From
to...
Yeah, it does.
So I figured they were showing both like console and
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
unless
There's
it's like local and then internet co-op, like on a console. So local would be the split screen, and then across the internet would be.
It says that part of it is in split screen, but it seems that this was to show the action from both player perspectives. See, they're just guessing too, like we are. Nobody knows.
Yeah. Because I couldn't see any button prompts, like, to give me a clue as to what.
Here's a picture. You don't get... Yeah, here's a video. We're not going to tell you anything about it. Draw your own conclusions.
Yes.
That's
That way we
so...
have no
that is so...
accountability.
That's so, it, isn't it? That's just like, here's the video, you just do what you want.
Yeah. But it will be released with tools. Probably just like Doom. Doom 3 had the tools right in the game, so this will probably be the same version of Radiant, is what it usually is.
Yeah. The thing that we're finding more and more about that, though, is it's only the 64-bit version that's going to be released with tools. And they're not releasing the 64-bit version at launch.
Oh.
I had heard that, yeah.
I hadn't heard that. That's an issue.
Yeah. They're
Wait,
releasing the 32-bit version at launch, and it's the 64-bit version that will have...
So if I buy it on
tools.
Steam, do I have to buy it again?
I don't know.
No,
How do I
I
get
thought
the
you just
other
get the
version?
update with 64-bit
Yeah, it's confusing.
at some point, like what Crysis did. Crysis 2 did.
Yeah, I don't know. All right.
That's weird, though.
And now, speaking of trailers here, here's a controversial trailer that is actually, maybe the link in this particular article doesn't exist, but this video is still out there on YouTube of Borderlands 2 gameplay. I think it was taken from PAX. I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, there is, Borderlands 2 is going to be available. It is already in development, as this gameplay trailer will point out. You can do your own searching to find it. It looks very, very, very much like the original Borderlands. It looks like they did some more color contrast, some new weapons. They are out there, actually. What's interesting is they're out there in the forums and in Twitter and whatnot, saying, "Hey guys, for PC options and other PC-specific interfaces, tell us what you would like to see in Borderlands 2, and we'll see if we can fit it in." And they're getting a lot of things like less obnoxious friend request windows, switch to third-person view, more graphics options like anti-aliasing, field of view, mini-map they want. They want to get rid of GameSpy and use Steam instead, which I agree. Release of an editor. Hey, wouldn't that be nice? Dedicated health button. But then there was also several other console-like features, aside from that switch to third-person view, which I kind of feel like is console. Split screen, gamepad support, scrolling of windows without having to use a keyboard.
I actually owned Borderlands on PlayStation and PC. And there wasn't much difference between them, I have to admit.
No, I don't think there was much. All right. It is a game that I'm looking...
Borderlands at PAX. Where were they?
They were there. They were sort of in the middle of one of the areas, and there was always a line. I keep thinking that they were behind us once, and there was... Oh, I'm thinking of BioShock. But they were near there. They were near BioShock, I think.
Looks like Thundercat.
Thundercats, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's Randy Pitchford talking, isn't it?
Alright, I'll stop the video there, but you guys can check it out on your leisure.
Just yell at him. Just stand there and yell at him. What did you do to Brothers in Arms? And shake him.
You're a very violent, angry young man.
Yeah, about that, I am. Ruined one of my favourite game series.
Alright, here's another game called Bunch of Heroes. That is...
That one actually kind of looked...
I don't know, it's cartoony, but
Yep.
you know what? It is it's 4-player co-op. So
Yep.
I'm like, oh, you know what? Anyway, here is some video that shows you what we're talking about here. It is kind of cartoony. It's built by a company that actually previously did a free-to-play MMORPG. But cartoony as in, like, there you go. There's what it looks like. Kind of makes me think of a TF2 from a top-down perspective.
And I thought of Gauntlet.
looks like Alien Swarm.
Yeah. Aliens are invading Earth, they say, and then they're raising an army of the dead. So it's aliens and zombies.
So,
Covering all angles here.
Make sure you put that in our list.
yeah, that's already in there, I think.
Okay, good.
Alien, zombies, and we need a predator.
Yeah.
Aliens versus Predator versus zombies.
Versus Godzilla.
Oh!
Because that's kind of like dinosaurs as well.
Well, this thing is actually supposed to be released in 10 days. That's on the 21st of September. I don't know if this game is free or not. I know that the other game they have is free. I don't think this one is going to be free.
It reminds me of that game, I Made a Game with Zombies in it. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, you know it does. All right, so I just thought I'd bring that to your attention because it doesn't look like the kind of game that we might play, but still, it might not be bad. And for us to completely dismiss it wouldn't be a great idea. All right.
Tomfoolery.
It wouldn't be professional.
It wouldn't be professional. Yes, no, it wouldn't.
And that's one thing we want to be known as right now.
Professional, right? Actually, we can get a little bit professional and bring up some topic from PAX that we didn't get to actually cover, and that would be in the realm of education.
Edumacation.
That's right.
Education.
If you want to,
You too can be hooked on phonics.
there were a lot of schools over at PAX that were saying that we have game studies for game careers, and I just wanted to mention that. And I have actually I thought I had more, but apparently I only have 2 business cards here in front of me.
That's all I got.
Companies.
SMU and
AIE.
No, International Academy of Design.
Oh, you see, there's one that you have and I don't. All right, good. Oh, wait, the Academy of Interactive... Okay, so here's one, first of all, called AIE. All right, and this is the Academy of Interactive Entertainment. And they have stuff in games, film, and 3D, short courses, okay? They have one here for game art and design. They also have 3D animation and effects for film, but they're doing stuff specifically for games. And yes, I know this. I understand this sounds a lot like they're really doing stuff for film and trying to create a games course, and I did get that impression. But
the one thing that that particular one had that no one else had talked about was they're offering scholarships.
Yes, they are.
That particular school was offering scholarships. So,
and the kind of courses they have are like 2-year courses. All right, they have game and art design as well as 3D animation and effects for film. So I don't specifically. They do also. Yeah, here it is. They have short courses for game development foundations, programming foundations, and programming using C++. So yes, obviously they are just getting started, and this is not the only way that you should be going to get your gaming career. You should be learning and exploring this stuff on your own. You need a portfolio. You need education. You need to be excited about this. So excited that you don't just go to school, but that you do this on your own time. All right. And another one that I came up with was for SMU Guildhall, game development education, build a better world. They're saying here, which I need to research a little bit more. Yep. Which this was the one where the guy says he knows me. Okay. I know you know me.
That was the one that was the least enthusiastic bunch of them, if I recall.
Yes, it was. But they were also upstairs, not far from the NOS girls. So
Foyle was by the NOS girls a lot, checking out NOS ass,
or NAS for short.
That was good too. I need some more NAS. What? I mean NOS. He's just standing there transfixed at their butts too. It's like,
what was that?
Foyle's mom.
An aunt, I think, also. Anyway, what about that other school?
SMU.
No, the one that you have. You said you had another one.
IAD Seattle, International Academy of Design and Technology.
I don't have the card, but I remember talking to them how they have something directly right there in Seattle. Which Seattle, the West Coast, is really becoming the place for games. It's where everybody's moving to develop their games and to also offer these kind of offer publicly these kinds of educations. I will tell you that just about every college, there's probably a college near you that offers stuff. For example, by me, there's one called Ryder. Ryder University is actually offering something, and I happen to know that because the guy from Ryder has recently contacted me, and well, I don't know if that's.
Wants you to drive a truck full of explosives across the country. This International Academy of Design and Technology was the one that was right beside Poe. They're the ones that had some of the students' games on display there. Mm-hmm. Their course consists of designing a game from ground up, and essentially at the end of your course, not only do you have a degree, but you have a finished product that you're a part of with your special field, whether it's the programming side of things or the art design or the, the mapping, the whatever you want to call it. But there was 2 or 3 playable games that the students had done or were working on that were at PAX, and they were great as well. So.
But I was as I was saying, I was recently also contacted by someone from over at Ryder who's doing a course on game design, and he's actually I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but he's using the Half-Life 2 Mods for Dummies book as guidance, as well as another book. And he's got somebody from Valve coming in to do some speaking, and I'm probably going to go over there and do some speaking too.
You suck at public speaking.
I know, I'm awful. I just stutter and stammer.
Yeah.
slightly
Just face the wall, put your headset on, and pretend you're on the internet.
Yeah.
So it'll be quite an experience, yes.
I'm kidding. That's all in jest. Foyle is actually a very, very good public speaker.
I should see if I'm allowed to broadcast it live for everybody. How about that?
Yeah.
It's got to be entertaining, huh? Okay. Other idea? Well, you know what? There's all kinds of ways. If you guys want us to go over that whole how to get into game development again, we can. We do that every so many months. Another one here, I'll just bring this one up, is play test our games, get free stuff over at Bungie. Well, you know what? There's a whole number of places that you can go to become a game tester, and becoming a game tester can be monotonous, but it also means you get your foot in the door.
It sucks the fun out of gaming.
Oh yeah, that's exactly right. You get your foot in the door, but you also lose your will to live.
Yeah, but you know what? So does being you can say the same thing about being an intern. And I really believe that being an intern is one of the best ways to get yourself a job in the gaming industry.
I would say be an intern rather than a tester.
Yeah. You get experience, you get to work on a game.
Paid, but
you usually don't get paid, at least during your internship. But it also means that you usually have the opportunity to get hired after your internship.
Because with an internship as well, it will keep your interest, whereas game testing will literally make you want to hurt yourself and never want to play games ever again.
Yeah, we are. I mean, that's how it would be for us. I don't believe everybody's like that, but yes, just picture yourself playing the same 3 feet of game over and over all day long. Yeah.
Wow, that was way too much information, Cobb. Way too much.
Not the kind of job not the kind of job you do for free at first.
Well, if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Yes. All right.
Oh boy.
All right,
hear that, Morphus? It's free.
I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to talk about. I will say that it's been nice to see that Welshy's video is not lagging today at all in Stickum.
Isn't it? Oh, it is for me.
I know.
The whole Stickum thing is lagging all over the place.
My whole Stickum thing is about 10 seconds back, I think.
Yeah,
yes,
mine too.
Stryder's is like 10 seconds, but I'm also almost like able to read lips as well she talks. It's so in time with what's going on, which is
Really?
really unusual.
You sure it's not like last week's playing back?
No, see, I saw you roll your eyes and then say last week's playing back. There you go, look to the right. But see, it's amazing. I don't understand what's going on. I'm probably lagging and he's not. All right, so I will. No, I'm not going to say anything about what we're trying to do over at MODSonline. Not yet. Not until we're actually starting to go.
Dinosaurs are involved. Oh, sorry, that slipped out.
We don't know.
I still like the Nazi pirates.
Nazi pirates.
I still
With
haven't
Samuel
found
Jackson and sharks.
Yes. I still have been trying to use for my on live, so until I find a use for it, I'm starting to consider auctioning it off. I don't know.
Be the first to put your on live on eBay.
The first? No, I'm thinking of just like who wants to pay shipping and handling and win it that way.
Mods on eBay.
That's how you win it. Okay, so first person to pay the postage fee wins it.
Yeah, I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else to talk about, and there's nothing.
Cobbs has a question for you, actually.
Did I? No. Did I use to make Dr. Nano Xcode 4? What version of Xcode did we use? We used whatever the latest version is at the time. And did we actually program it in Xcode? No. Parts of it are programmed in Xcode because it's necessary in order to get some of the plugins like Game Center and other stuff to work seamlessly. However, most of it was actually programmed in Unity 3D. Very good, very inexpensive way to get into game development. But if you start to develop into PC games or some very, very complicated 3D games with Unity 3D, you might start to find yourself somewhat limited. So I'm like mixed on it. It's good, but I'm not positive it's like the way to go. On the other hand, you could turn around and do something with UDK, Unreal Development. But in order to have full access to the code, you have to give them a lot of money. But if you don't want to give them, if you don't want full access to it, you can just do what you can with the engine, just like mapping editors, scripting, and that kind of stuff. Whereas with Unity 3D, for less price, you can actually have full access to everything that you ever need to do. So it's a mixed bag.
Apple's going to buy Sony out.
No.
I think it could happen. Apple's got these Macs that nobody makes software for. Sony's got the hardware that nobody can make games for.
I don't understand.
It's like a match made in heaven.
Would not happen.
Well, according to CNN, Steve Jobs is dead, so... Anybody see that?
No, I did not see that.
CNN mistakenly tweeted that Steve Jobs was dead.
I'm surprised it wasn't Fox News that got the jump on that.
No, I think it was CNN.
All right, well, we can look at that later.
Fox would say like games killed him, or Apple had a conspiracy to kill him.
Yes, Steve
not
Jobs.
CNN, CBS it was. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah, Steve Jobs did step down. The next man is in charge. Hopefully, things will still go according to plan without loss of too much stockholder interest.
You mean not like 5% nosedive?
Yeah, it's still a good company. They're not they're not stopping what they're doing. You know, they're still continuing with what they're doing. I think they make a great portable device. The iPhone, the iPod, for music, they are #1 in my eyes. But when it comes to actually working with a PC, I feel far too limited using a Mac as opposed to using a PC, where I have so much more control. Or that is until Windows 8 comes along. I don't know. But if you want to be developing for the iPhone, you have to have a Mac. If you want to develop for using Unity, you don't have to use a Mac. It's just, if you want to publish on the iPhone, you have to have a Mac. That's why I have a Mac. And that's why I can confidently say, I hate Mac. All right. Anything else?
I hate Mac so much I bought one.
That'll show him.
If you don't vote, you can't bitch. You know what? I voted, now I'm bitching. So
That's right.
Foyle wasn't allowed to technically bitch about Max until he bought one. So
That's
now he
right.
bought one. Now he can bitch all he wants.
All right. I'll wrap it up. That's far enough for our show. You want some more show? Go out watch last week, which I'll play a little. Well, yeah, no. I
No,
gotta
you
get some
won't.
lunch. I gotta get some lunch. I gotta get something to eat, and then I can
All right.
stop the show. Okay? Because yeah, we have some stuff to talk about, and hopefully everybody's around to talk about it. Shh.
Shh.
I don't think there's anything else you guys need to bring up, correct? Because we've really just brought it all up as far as it'll go.
Up.
Yes, we're dry heaving now. Okay, so then what I want to do is I want to
Lowered expectations.
I want to
Sitting in the corner in the field position.
We've induced enough dry heaves for one.
and I can play either another extended long closer like I did last week, or I can just play the regular closer. So you guys can weigh in as I say. Thanks to our host for taking the time out to chat today. I want to say thank you to Stryder for coming in today.
It's always a pleasure. My vote is for the short one.
Welshy, thank you very much for posting the show notes and joining us. Thank you.
No problem.
Breezy, thank you very much for joining us today, especially on short notice.
No problem.
Okay, so short one it
He
is.
said short
one
notice.
it is. Yes. I don't know. All right. Yeah, anyway, I finally want to thank you, the fans of MODSonair.com and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have a show. So until next week, everyone.
Yeah, it's their fault.
Happy gaming. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com. And please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
That was good.
Okay, there you go. Short one it is.